What's going on, family? Welcome back to ServantKing TV, and I'm your host, Servant King. And today, man, I am accompanied by a very special guest, man, very special brother. I've been knowing for a while now.
What's it been, about 10 years?
10 years, and we gonna dig into his story. He's a real estate investor, and we're gonna really dig into what is it that he does in real estate, how he got into real estate, how he got his start, and man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. So, without further ado, man, PACKJAMZ, what's going on,
I
bro?
want to say thank you for having me. It was a great appreciation to be here. I've been on this brother. It's been more than 10.
Yeah, because
I gave us 10.
Right.
Oh, man,
Because we've been out of school since.
I've been out since 2008. I've been out
Okay.
2008, so I'm gonna say 13 years. I've been knowing this brother, so it was much appreciated to be on here. So I was grateful to be on here to be able to tell my story and how I'm able to help my community right now. So
I appreciate it, bro. So let's get into it. So you from Jacksonville?
yeah, born and raised. Both my grandmothers stay 5 blocks from each other. They've been there whole life.
Right.
I don't know nothing else but the east side of Jacksonville and Jacksonville.
Right.
I do as much traveling as I do. That's where my heart at.
Right.
That's why I was born and raised in my heart, and that's why I'm gonna change.
So kind of tell me about your grandmother. You mentioned your grandmother. Were you raised by your grandmother?
No, I was raised by my mother.
Okay.
Yeah, my mother.
And how about your father?
Yeah, he was there. He was present.
Okay.
So my mother and father had a role in my life, and big roles and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, with both my grandmothers being raised from the same 5-block radius,
Right.
I'm connected. My roots are on the east side of Jacksonville.
Right.
Which somebody probably questioning right now.
Right,
He don't look like
right.
he's from
He
the
don't
east
really-
side of
right.
Jacksonville. But
Right.
you know that's what
Right.
comes with it.
With that's coming to territory.
Absolutely.
In that
Been here my
area.
whole life.
Right.
Been here my whole life.
So now we know you're in the real estate now, but coming up is entrepreneurship, real estate. Is that something like that's always been in your blood? Is that something that kind of came about later on? Kind of talk to me about it.
So, entrepreneurship has always been in my blood, bro. I grew up watching my uncle at his, let's go even further back than my mom's generation. Let's go back to my grandmother's generation. My aunt had a hair salon off Pearl Street.
Okay.
She gave it to my uncle for him to start a barbershop, which then led into him getting another barbershop.
Okay.
Now, I grew up looking at my uncle in real estate, and having houses and owning houses and stuff like that. And my aunt right now owns a restaurant out east. So, and this two sides of family.
Right.
now.
Okay.
So it's on both sides. It's on both sides. So
Right.
honestly, I'm not gonna say I didn't have any choice, but the bloodline was there.
Right.
It was already.
Already.
It was already. I seen it.
Right.
I seen the direction that you know what, you ain't gotta work for somebody.
Right.
You can bet on yourself.
Right.
So it was more comfortable making that decision. You know, I felt more secure making that decision because I've seen it. So I've seen the finish line. I've seen somebody make it. Other than me just jumping out there, and I never seen it before, so I felt a little bit more confident.
That's so. It's cool to hear because a lot of time in our community, we don't see it.
Right.
It's usually it's usually our condition. It's usually a poverty that kind of pushes us, or even maybe it's even the workplace, being treated a certain way. So you like, I gotta get out of here. So before you got in real estate, had you had jobs? Kind of talk to that because let me tell y'all something about this brother. At one point, what about 2014, 2015?
Yeah.
Bro was the maintenance man,
Yeah, maintenance man.
DJ,
Yes, sir.
And in the fire department.
Yeah.
So if anybody gonna get Hustler of the Year,
Yeah.
it's definitely PACKJAMZ.
You
know what I'm saying?
So I got into I was like I said, I was a maintenance man in an apartment complex on the east side of town. I was a maintenance man there for 5 years. While I was a maintenance man, I went to fire school. I went to fire school because one, I love helping people. But a brother that I met was a fire inspector. He came by, me and him got to talking. So he introduced me to the fire service.
And he came through the building that you work, the apartment you work. Okay.
So I ended up going to fire school while I was still working at the apartment complex. Became a firefighter. Still worked at the apartment complex after I literally get off work, leaving the station, and come and work at the apartment complex because I had goals in mind. My goals was this firefighter money is good now. But it ain't enough. I got too many days off, and I got too many goals that I need to meet. And I was still DJing at the same time. But so the turning point to me that changed for me when it came to real estate was my apartment complex. So when we think, for a lot of your listeners, they might not be from Jacksonville. So imagine the quote-unquote hood of your city and put an apartment complex.
And right there in the middle.
Right. That was that. That was the one they probably 10 years old, so it's fairly new.
Right.
And they did $100,000 a month in rental income, not counting the people who didn't pay rent.
Right, okay.
And it was only 100 units there. Right. Everybody didn't pay.
Right, everybody didn't even pay.
Right. So we did $100,000 a month in rental income, and that bothered me because they didn't even pay me 1% of that.
Right. Wow.
To run your whole $1 million complex.
So you the only maintenance man.
No, I was there with another. It was 4 people ran that whole property.
Okay.
4 employees ran, and I'm a math man, so 4 employees ran $1 million apartment complex.
So neither one of y'all was getting paid 1%.
Oh, come on. They probably paid out, I'm gonna say $6,000 a month for 4 employees.
Right.
I was making $10.50.
Right.
I see. That's the thing. Like, I'd rather be transparent to people because
Absolutely.
somebody right now is making $10.50 and feel like they can't get to that finish line.
Right.
I was making $10.50 3 or 4 years. I'm saying not 3 or 4, but maybe 4 to 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it.
You can do it.
It's right there. You can do it. You have that vision and that drive. You can do it. Some people feel like once I became a firefighter, you good now. You set. No, man, that's not enough.
So I definitely want to tap into that. So what was it about becoming a fire? Because I'm pretty sure you hear that a lot. When people find out you work for the fire department, oh, you good, you make this, you shouldn't do this.
Agreed.
Tell me what's that like, right? And what's the battle you face? Like you hearing that this is a good job. I mean, it is. I don't think there's any doubt that being a fire department is a very respectable career. Right. You have all that, but you still wanted more.
Right.
Tell me, like, what's the battle in your mind? Or is there even a battle? Or you've made up in your mind, I'm going to work for the fire department and I'm going to get into real estate? Or are you kind of battling, maybe I should just stick with the fire department?
Right. So, it wasn't never a battle, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
I remember having conversations. All right, so I love helping people. I got a natural habit to help people. And I got many stories where I done acted like a firefighter in certain cases with no proper training or nothing.
Right. Just diving
reaction,
in. Yeah.
Watching TV, YouTube videos, I just reacted and never had a fear of helping. In any situations or hurt or harm where I had to help somebody.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, like, when I literally thought about getting in the fire service, I literally remember talking to my mom and said, Mom, listen, I'm going to join fire service because I love helping people. That's rule number 1. And for 2, stability.
Right.
So when I have children or family, I can fall back on that.
Right.
So if this real estate stuff fall through, I can fall back on this, and this is going to be here, and I can ride this out.
Right.
And 3, look good on a loan. When I go and get that loan, and I put that as my occupation, how much do you want?
How much you want?
Yeah. Oh, you 20s?
Yeah.
I'm taking 100.
Right.
I don't care.
Right. Absolutely.
So that was
they throwing it at you. Man,
all day.
Yeah.
All day. Yeah. And it's a very respectful job because I got a lot of other things I got in the works right now in the next upcoming years. Absolutely. And it looks very good, respectable.
Absolutely. So now let's kind of speak on, at the same time, you were DJing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, we had a conversation. I think you was trying to get a bus. You were like trying to take the kids down to Orlando or something, like a party or something like that. Like how deep were you into the DJing? Like, I know that's kind of been your thing ever since high school, but like what's been the route you taken with that? Is it just a side gig, something you love to do, something you make, like, what are you doing with that?
So DJing for me started, I was in 7th grade. And just to be, I love being transparent. It's a difference between being transparent and telling your business.
Right.
Huge difference.
Right.
So me being transparent, I ended up getting hurt on the school bus when I was in 7th grade. And my lawsuit money that I got from that, I bought my first DJ equipment. I knew nothing about it, but I was fascinated with DJs because for you, it's 100 people in this room, and they came to hear you have a good time. You're in control.
Of the whole tempo.
You're in control. That pressure, you the man, or they finna boo you
out of here.
Yeah. You know, that pressure, I was intrigued by that.
Absolutely. You got to know what to play.
Yeah, I wasn't ever a star quarterback, so I had to find my niche. So I'm saying all that to say, DJing got me through high school. I never had a job through high school. I DJed through high school. In college, I never had a job through college. I was DJing 5-6 days a week. It might have been for $1.50 a night, which is no money for what I'm making right now. But when you DJing 5-6 times a week, I'm making more than a person who got that college degree.
You're right, absolutely.
You know, but I understood right then that I don't want to be 45 years old DJing because I'm gonna be so disconnected
From the music,
Oh,
right,
man,
right,
I'm
right.
just connected
Absolutely.
now. I feel like. So it changed every day.
Absolutely.
So that transpired to me DJing a lot of weddings, and that's my niche now. Weddings, corporate events.
Okay.
I DJ a wedding like I can sleep.
Right.
It's so easy, and not to mention it's way more money, less effort.
Right.
You just have to know the ropes and know how to handle situations. So DJing, bro, is a blessing. It got me through. Paid a lot of bills. I was still paying bills. So even when you mentioned I had the bus, I was actually doing a party bus.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Going out to Orlando because in Jacksonville, guess what we always say?
Right. Ain't nothing to do with here. Yeah, ain't nothing to do here.
So I'm like, listen, I seen a niche. I seen something that we needed.
Right.
So boom, let me go rent a bus. I can fit 90 people on this school bus.
Right.
And boom, we're going to go down to Orlando, party, and we're finna drive back same night.
Right.
We finna leave at 8, get down to Orlando by 10:30, 11. You're going to party for 3 hours. We're going to be back home by 4 o'clock. You ain't had to drive. You're going to sober up by the time you get home.
Absolutely. Bro, you know, dog, what's so interesting.
See the entrepreneur seeking through, bro.
You feel me? And that's what's crazy because you having these side hustles, you even getting a job, but yet you still keeping.
Yes.
You're still keeping real estate in the back of your mind. So you still haven't forgotten about real estate, right? You still keeping this in the forefront. And I think a lot of time, like you said, sometimes people get in a rut, they get in a spot and they like, well, I'm here now.
Yeah.
I don't need to strive for that, or just let me stay here. This is good, or I like doing this. I ain't gonna be able to do this and that.
So, my biggest fear word. Most people, I don't know if most people have fear words, or maybe it's just me. Complacent. Complacent is a word that I dread. If I don't have something going on, I get anxiety. Like, I need something going on.
So you need that rush.
I need that rush. For us to rush, or I don't want to feel complacent, bro. Right. That fear of being complacent, bro. Right. Oh, man, you might as well tell me something.
Do you think that's a problem in our community? Do you think it's either
absolutely.
Is it sometimes we do too much, we're not doing enough, we complacent? What with you?
I think complacency is a big problem. Being okay, being complacent is a big problem. We just have to find that balance in our community. I mean, every day I struggle with finding that balance of, all right, man, calm down.
Calm down. Right.
You already got 3 properties in the midst. You don't fix that. You don't need to buy 2 more.
Right.
You know that thing. Because I never want to feel like I'm losing.
Right.
You know. So complacency is a big issue in our community, and that's probably why it's one of my biggest fears because I've seen it.
You've seen it, yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
So.
And it's crazy, bro, because when I think about how some of us are raised, sometimes it's almost like, I don't want to say we're taught it, but you're taught just to get a good job, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Go to college, get a good job. You know what I mean? And it's like, but especially in our community, because we're so used to having nothing, it's like, just become a firefighter or just become a FedEx driver and make good money.
Absolutely.
And you should be good. And sometimes I look back, I'm like, well, maybe in those times that was okay. When I think about my granddaddy's time, it was okay. Right. That's what you were supposed to do. Get a good job, go to college and stuff like that. But we live in a different day and time now.
And we have to adapt to situations. Like you said, your granddaddy having a job at the steel mill,
that was great for that time. Right.
With a pension,
right.
with everything else. So, of course, I'm going to tell my son to do that.
The
same thing transpired. So, guess what? The only thing he only knew was to tell your dad, hey, good you a job, good you a pension.
So, what he told, exactly.
Come on, man. Right. So, the cycle never got broke.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, the cycle never changed.
Right. Or it just adapted.
To the times.
Yeah, to the times.
It never adapted to the times.
Right.
So, now we have to adapt to the times to where I'm all for going to college. Some degrees ain't worth going to school for.
Yeah.
And I'm all for going to college, but some degrees not worth going to school for in the long run.
Right.
When I was deciding to go to college, I went for computer science.
Okay.
Because computers ain't going nowhere. You got to go. Computers. That's what you got to do.
You got to know.
I would have been hits right now, brother. If I had to sit in the office with a tie on for 10 hours a day.
Right.
Knowing I love to help people.
Right.
I'm not an IT helper.
Right.
I don't want to talk to you.
Right. You'd have been frustrated at that desk.
I don't want to walk your grandma through how to empty her recycling bin or a computer. You know, I just rather go help this grandmother who's having chest pains.
Right.
And knowing that I possibly can save her life or something.
So I want to make this shift, right? So you get into real estate. So first of all, tell us, what aspect are you in real estate? We know you got wholesaling, you got buying, you got flip, you got buying whole. What side of real estate are you?
Right now, I'm in buying whole. So what I actually do, is to be very brief, I buy lots that are in Jacksonville, Florida. So in Jacksonville, every neighborhood that you go in, or every city, they have vacant lots where they possibly tore down a old condemned home, right? So when they tear down the home, I buy that lot and I put a mobile home on that lot and I rent it out as a house. So now I'm actually bringing value to the neighborhood.
Right.
Instead of building a brand new house, I'm
one.
going to sit this mobile home there, this brand new mobile home, which is a fraction of the price, and I'm going to get the same thing out of it because they're going to rent for the same. In Jacksonville, Florida, I'm not going to say for everybody else, but in Jacksonville, Florida, a mobile home is considered a single family home. So I can stay next door to you.
Okay.
Your rent is $850. Guess how much my rent's going to be?
Right.
$850.
Right. You can charge the same thing.
Exactly. It's considered the same.
So when you say those lots, that's like when we riding through neighborhoods and it's just like
you play football in as a kid.
Right. It's a big gap between my grandma's house and the neighbor's house.
Yeah,
There probably was a house there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the lot I'm buying. I'm bringing more value to the community. And guess what? The city embraces it. Now paying more taxes.
More taxes, exactly. Which is the
most
most important part.
Now the electric and the water companies getting more money, so they embrace it, man. Anything they can do to help me, they do. So they ain't give me a whole bunch of money.
Right, absolutely. I got you.
If they can help,
because it's less work on them. It's less work on them and more money for them. It's a win-win.
Absolutely,
for everybody.
absolutely.
Man, so talk about how you even got into. I don't think that's one of the, because when we think about mobile homes, we think about the first thing we think about is a trailer.
I'm from the city. I'm in a trailer park.
Yeah, I ain't from that. So what made you get into that?
Right. So when I think, like you said, when we think mobile homes, we think trailers. And I'm like, yo, listen, I'm already from the hood. That's a whole other hood.
Right.
The trailer park is a whole other hood that I never experienced before.
Yeah.
But no, I was sitting. I bought this lot, so I knew I wanted to get in real estate. I just dove in. I'm the type of person, I figure out how to swim, just throw me in.
Just throw me in the pool.
Because my survival, fight or flight, is going to get me to where I need to go.
Absolutely.
Because if you give me time to think, I'm not going to react.
Yep.
My brain going to get to me.
Sometimes we think ourselves out of our
Just throw me in. I'm going to figure it out. Man, things going to kick in. So I bought this lot. I paid $4,800 for my first lot. I didn't know what to do with it. Sitting at work.
400?
4,800.
Oh, 4,800. Okay.
4,000.
Right, okay.
So I'm sitting at work, I'm talking about the lot, and my brother's like, why don't you put a mobile home on it? Because he stayed in a double wide. This thing was nice. And I was like, I never been inside one before.
Right,
from the city.
Right.
And he's like, man, look into it. I jumped on Facebook. I had a mobile home up for $30,000. I had to know the price it was going to cost me to build a house.
Okay. All right, probably double that.
Double. Yeah. Build a house going to run you $150.
Right.
And that $150, that's probably a 2-bed.
Right. That ain't no mansion. That's the basic.
The basics. You get plastic fixtures, and ceiling fans, no nothing.
Right.
And that's if you knew the people who
built it. Right. Wow.
So, I ended up buying the mobile home and placing a mobile home, and I have all that from another podcast I did. I told that whole story. Okay. So if we don't touch on something right now, they can go to my Instagram page, and then they can find that actual podcast where I discuss the whole process.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure we got a lot to discuss.
Yeah, we're going to tell them. Okay, absolutely, I got you. So, you get this idea, you jump on Facebook, and you see this, you see one for $30,000.
Right.
But you didn't purchase that one.
I didn't.
You said you seen one for $4,800.
Right. No. $4,800 was the price of the lot.
Okay, the lot.
Yeah,
okay.
The mobile home itself was $30,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So go into that process now. Okay. You bought the lot, and let's talk about that because there's so many things that people don't know. How do you go about buying a lot? Who do you purchase? How do you find out the owner of that lot? Okay. Take us through that.
So how I found out the owner of this lot, I drove past this lot every day as a kid. You can reverse look up the lot as long as you know the lot's address. I can literally go on the city's website, whatever city is in. Some cities don't have it. In Jacksonville, we're a little update, so you can type in the address of that property, and it pulls up the owner name, it pulls up the address. I mailed them a letter. Call back. Hey, I'm looking to buy a lot. Yeah, we looking to sell it.
Right.
Let's talk.
Right.
I did that, bro. I did that a lot, actually.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't work. I'm going to say it works 1 out of 10 times. Let's say it works 1 out of 10 times. But that one time that it hit, you win. I bought lots for $500. Yeah. Yeah, we throw that away on the weekends.
Right.
Throw that away. $500. I bought lots. And guess what? I bought the lot for $500. Put the house on there. I'm making $500 a month. off the lot.
Off the 500 down.
Yeah. The whole lot of 500.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
what? I don't see no value in the hood.
Right. Yeah.
I don't see a dollar sign. So I can guarantee you right now, they're gonna listen to this podcast. They're gonna drive past lots in the neighborhood. They're gonna see 5.
Trying to change, trying to shift the whole mindset.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
So what usually are real estate investors doing with a lot, right? Like what if they're not planning on building something on it?
Right.
What's usually, is there a tax benefit to just owning the land, or like?
No, not really. So you only get a tax benefit when you have a tenant.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So you probably could rent it out to like a truck driver or sell it to somebody or try to flip the lot if you bought it for, like, I could have flipped the lot. Actually, I did flip the lot. One of the lots I bought for 500, I did flip just recently. I sold it for 5,000.
Okay.
Right. 2 years later.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, I made the money. Right. Subtract the taxes that I paid on it. But for the most part, if you're not building a new construction on the lot, there's no purpose for you having a lot.
Okay.
That's why they're at the. So it's funny. Nobody's really interested in it because you have to build brand new. Okay. Yeah. Nobody's thinking about the mobile home.
Nobody. Right.
My lawyer,
just bringing a house and sitting it on it.
Come on. My real estate lawyer said, "Yo, Cameron, you gonna win." I said, "Why you say that?" He said, "Because you're getting the low hanging fruit on the tree." Right. He said, "If I was gonna make peach cobbler, of course you want the fresh, pretty peaches at the top. To me, that's them high-priced properties. That's them old properties that you know in these A-class, B-class neighborhoods." But he said, "You're getting the fruit that might have fell on the ground, the fruit that's in just an arm reach distance." Right. But he said, "Guess what? Once you chop it up and put it in a peach cobbler, it's still peaches."
And you know what? Speaking of it being low-hanging fruit, people walking past it.
Oh, man, every day. Your kids playing football in it.
Walking past it.
You parking your broke-down car in it, or you parking your car in it. I don't got too many people at the house. Right. Parking a lot. Just
sitting a lot. Right. Just park over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Perspective, mind shift change. Now, I try to teach people to see values in their neighborhood.
Right.
See money and potential. Once you open up your eyes to seeing, open up your eyes to seeing it, but first you got to be able to recognize it.
Right.
In our community, we're taught certain things. Right. We learn from examples. So, but right now, even you yourself, you probably don't even look at lots the same.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Now I'm like, okay,
you can't.
There's a big gap there for a reason. Like I'm riding past.
Can we put 2 houses now?
You feel me? How many can we fit? Because now when I ride past, I'm like, man, it's a big gap. Right? Like, what's this? Oh, they just didn't want to put a house there.
Exactly.
Oh man, you know it's crazy because I think that perspective is everything, and switching the mindset. Because when you talk about that, right? Other people will come to our communities and gentrify it because they see something that we don't see.
Agreed.
They got a whole vision for a hotel or a casino or whatever it is, and we don't see nothing. Seeing value in that. So how has that? Now you on this journey, and I see you getting to the point where now like you're liking to teach this.
Absolutely.
You're getting into the teaching.
How did on earth to do, bro? Right. Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was put on earth to be a shepherd. I was put on earth to lead.
Right.
I was firstborn, the oldest grand.
Okay.
I was put on earth to lead.
Right.
So it's up to you if you want to follow.
Right.
The sheep ain't got to follow the shepherd, bro. Right. But just know, I'm never gonna lead myself into destruction.
Right.
You know.
Right. Man, I want to get into that. So teaching, right? It's one of those things for me because I love our people, but I'm quickly frustrated because I know how we are.
Okay.
Right? We'll have somebody try to give us the game, and we still won't take it. Has that been an issue for you, or have you found it pretty simple to say, hey, just the way I'm going and people coming, or have you had to try to beat, hey, listen, real estate is the way, the land is the way. Like, have you had to try to beat that down sometime?
Yay and nay. Okay. So I'm gonna say yay. I'm gonna say yay because that's been an issue. We already know that's an issue in our community, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna say nay is because my aunts and my mother, and my grandmother instilled in me. It's not about trying to beat it down. It's about when they come back, when they realize it.
Right.
Are you gonna welcome them back? Don't let your emotions get involved.
Right. That's
because
my problem.
If you're here to help the people, no matter if they didn't listen the first time, when they come back, they're gonna say, "Oh, you back, brother? Well, come on in."
Right. I tried to help you one time.
No, exactly.
You do it, yeah.
Exactly. So we can't. If I'm here to help you, bro, I can be emotional about the situation.
Right.
But don't let my emotions restrict me from doing what I'm actually here to do. Right. That's to help. So that's exactly
That's cool. And man, I love it because you're teaching wealth.
Yeah.
Something that we're not taught. We go to school for 12 years. We dissect frogs.
Right.
we know the you can go to jail.
Yeah.
That the frog association for so and so gonna come after you.
Yeah.
So now you teaching. Talk about the thing we're talking about as far as the bus. I see you doing now as far as real estate ride along. Kind of tell people about that.
Okay, so I started something called the mobile home real estate ride along, and actually what we do in the ride along is we visit 3 of my properties. We visit 2 vacant lots.
Okay.
And we visit 1 vacant lot and 2 mobile homes that I actually have in neighborhoods with tenants actually in them.
Okay.
All right, so we go to a vacant lot. I show you what to look for. As far as if I was to purchase this lot, this is why I purchased it, because it had this. This meaning it had water. This meaning it had electricity previously here, because our house was previously here.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So we go to my one of my properties where a tenant's staying in, and I show you this is how it looks. We actually able to walk inside.
Okay.
You know, this is how it looks in the inside of the house and stuff like that. The third property we can't go inside, but I actually show them the property again to let you know this ain't a game.
Right.
You seen it over here, now you see it
over
over here.
Right.
So we leave that third property, then we go to the mobile home dealership. So now I'll let you talk to the people who I bought my mobile homes from, and now you can see how it looks beforehand.
Oh, so you taking people through?
Oh, man, I'm teaching you. Step 1, step 10. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
However many steps you want to do, it's there. Everything's there. So if you had a question, somebody's there to answer. Whether it was me, the mobile home dealer.
Right. Somewhere in the steps, you'll get
You're gonna get it. But this is what I tell people. I said, you're going to get overwhelmed. Take as many notes as possible.
Okay.
I'm teaching you a bachelor degree in 3 hours.
3 hours.
4 years of information that I've learned,
Right.
I'm teaching you in 3 hours. So you're going to be overwhelmed. You're supposed to be. I will be.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm overwhelmed right now because I'm learning Spanish.
Right.
So I've been overwhelmed.
Right. Yeah. Anytime you're learning something new.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I tell people all the time, you're going to be overwhelmed. Take as many notes as possible.
Right.
When you get home and you're going to keep replaying this in your head, I need you to be able to look at these notes and be able to do some research.
Right.
You know?
Man, okay, look, so we finna go through this. All right, so we riding along now. You say you spent $4,800,
right?
But you've also spent as low as $500.
Five.
So give me a price range, maybe just a median price that I should look for. So I get a stimulus, right? $1,200.
Okay.
Tell me what's something that somebody who just got $1,200, they looking to invest into the mobile home industry. Tell me what route you would suggest they take. Should they shoot for a lot first? Should they shoot for a mobile home first, or like?
We got to shoot for the lot first.
Got to shoot for the lot first.
Yeah,
Okay.
You got to shoot for the lot first. So what I would do is I'll say take your $1,200, wait till you get your income tax.
Right. Right. Okay.
Take that $5,000 or $4,000 with that. Now you got $55,000.
Okay.
Or you got $6,500. You go buy your lot. You can get your lot for $3,000. So, and I also mentioned this on the podcast where I actually talked about the whole process. So, you take that lot, you don't pay, say, $3,000 for that lot. So now you still got $3,500 cushion, right?
Okay.
So you're going to buy that lot, but you bought it for $3,000, but the lot's valued at $5,000.
Okay.
You'll take that effect too. So you're going to use your lot as a down payment to buy your mobile home. You're going to take your lot, use it as collateral for your down payment.
Okay.
So now you've came out of pocket no money.
All right. So I go to the bank, and I'm looking for a loan or whatever. And when they ask what do I have, the land that I own can be used as collateral.
Right. So it's not just any bank. It's only with the mobile home finances, which is 21st Mortgage. That's what I use. So if anybody's listening, you go to 21stmortgage.com. You can get them a call. They can answer any questions about financing.
We're going to post a link in the description. Absolutely.
So I went to them. My land that I had at the time was valued at $5,200.
Okay.
They gave me 80% of that.
Okay.
Right, 80%. So my 80% was more or equal to my actual down payment. So that's why I didn't have to pay a down payment on my first house.
Okay.
I got my first house literally on the price, on the value of the lot. Yeah. So it literally only cost me the price of the lot. To get
Right.
That was it.
It didn't come out of pocket.
Oh, come on. I didn't come out of pocket. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds unbelievable,
right?
Until I take you on a ride along tour,
and you see it, right?
It sounds unbelievable until I told you I'm doing a couple $1,000s a month in cash flow from a mobile home. Right. It sounds unbelievable until I told you I come from the same place you come from.
Yeah,
you can do it too. I wasn't raised with. I didn't get no silver spoon. I didn't get a Mercedes truck for my graduation gift. Right. I didn't get a business for my graduation gift. Right. But what I did get is motivation. I did get a support system. Right.
Now it really seemed like, and I love it, bro, because you really wear that on your shoulders. Like, I come from here, but I did it this way. Absolutely. So let me show y'all that because you come from here, that we can still do it. Because everything that you're saying, people look at it and we say it's foreign, but it's every day.
Every day.
And they don't look like us, but they come to our neighborhood and do what they want to do.
But you know, it's crazy when you step outside of your comfort zone. So everything in the world has a circle. Right. Rappers have their circle. The ball players in the city have their circle. Right. The real estate investors have their circle. The black real estate investors have their circle. Right. Everybody has their circle.
You got to get out of it.
Once you get outside your circle and you step aside that circle, people are like, yo, I thought I was doing something.
Right.
They over here doing
something way bigger.
Man, they on a whole nother level. So now, when you a shark, the only way to stay a shark and to be a shark is to hang with sharks. Right. You want to be a wolf? Hang with a wolf. You either going to make or break. Right. So that's the thing. So I surrounded myself around wolves and sharks. I had no point, bro. I had nothing to do but level up. Absolutely. They was going to run me off.
Right. Well, you're going to learn. You're going to learn.
Compete. Yeah. The only way to get better in the sport is to practice with somebody better than you.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can't get no better practicing with somebody who ain't even.
You're running full court.
Right.
No, you're trying to go to the league. Right. You don't need to be running full court.
Right.
You need to be in the AAU. Right. You need to be playing the best in the state. Right. You know.
So what's the process as far as we see these mobile home parks? Okay. Right. How does that work? Was that once a lot and somebody just cleared out a huge lot, or how does that work? Because you ride down all the time and see a bunch of mobile homes in that park. So how does that process?
So the mobile home park is a little bit different. I don't tap into parks. Okay. So parks is beneficial for the park owner.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I can go and buy a mobile home in a park, but I still have to pay lot rent.
Okay, and you'll be paying lot rent to the person who owns the park.
Which is equivalent, the fancy word of saying HOA.
Okay.
And lot rents are like $300, $400, $500. You go down to the beaches, they want $600, $700 a month. Okay. For lot rent that you have to pay, and you still might have a mortgage on your mobile home.
Right.
Okay. So I don't really tap into, because I like to buy and hold. Okay. So I don't really tap into mobile homes, but essentially a mobile home, I don't tap into mobile home parks. But essentially a mobile home park is just a big piece of land. They had the money to put 300 mobile homes there, and they did. Now, if you're the owner,
then you win.
You win. Man.
Yeah, right.
You got 100 mobile homes, and you're doing $400 a piece. Oh, yeah.
You win. So the win-win is for the park owner, not so much somebody just putting a mobile home on a
lot. But if you're gonna buy, definitely own your own land that you buy on, because you don't want to pay somebody just for the dirt that you're never gonna own.
Right.
It's the epitome of leasing a car forever. You're leasing the land that your house sit on. So guess what? If you don't pay it's so deep that if you don't pay your lot rent, they'll take your house.
So even if you paid off the actual mobile home, you don't pay the lot, the park owner.
Right. Yeah, you can take your house. So for instance, you can pay off your mobile home, that lot rent forever.
Right. As long as it's there.
As long as it's there, it's forever. And if you don't pay, you better read fine print.
Right. Because you probably sign on that when you agree to put your mobile home.
You're gonna pay somebody.
Yeah, you're gonna
You're gonna pay somebody. Right. And if you don't, we're gonna take it.
Right.
So that's how that works.
So what's some of the like the tax benefits? I know we always hear about the tax benefits of being in real estate. What's some of the tax credits or tax benefits you get as far as being in that mobile home industry that we hear about?
So I'm not gonna say it's tax benefits for only owning a mobile home. It's tax benefits for owning a business.
Got it, yeah.
It's deeper than just real estate. Right. So just we were talking about taxes. Listen, bro. I'm not gonna say I don't pay taxes, because some people think that's foreign
because they don't know.
Some people think
they just don't know.
Some people think you're a crook. I'm gonna say I don't pay a lot of taxes.
Right, gotcha.
gonna say that because when I travel, write off.
It's a business expense.
My meals traveling, write off. My flight, write off. My car, write off.
Absolutely.
Bro, we can go and my clothes I wear. It's a company shirt.
Absolutely.
Write off.
Write off. Absolutely.
The jeans I have on, I write off because I needed that to come here right now. This is about business.
It's about business. Absolutely.
So, bro, you can write off anything. We're going to go and get dinner when we leave here. Guess what I'm doing? Hey, I need that receipt.
Right. Absolutely.
I need that receipt.
This was a business meeting.
That's it. So, it's so many benefits that you can use when you have a business to write everything off, bro. My DJing, write off. I buy new equipment, I roll it off. Man, listen, bro. I can go on and on and on about tax benefits and a write-off. That right there is a rabbit hole that you can go down forever.
Absolutely.
So they jokingly say all the time, it's 1,000 rules in the tax benefit code book, and only 23 of them telling you what you can't do.
Right.
So we got 900 some
and we
laws
don't know
in here.
nothing about it.
Oh man, come on! This is why you got to pay a good CPA.
You have to. And you know what? So we don't have to dig too much into your political affiliation, nothing like that. But what was crazy, and I try to tell our people this, regardless of who you like, what side you're on, there's one particular party that is business friendly. Okay. Right? They might not be black people friendly, but they're definitely business friendly. And then you have the other side that's more conducive to what they say is poverty, but I think it's more of a poverty mindset. They kind of condone a lot of that. Now that we're shifting into this new administration, tell me, is there certain things that you're worried about when it comes to business or the tax benefits, or are you kind of saying, listen, we're just going to adjust to
bro, listen, I'm not going to say I don't follow politics. I follow it enough that I need to.
Right.
But I don't put so much into it where it gives me anxiety in my regular life. But my focus is on what's in front of me right now.
What can I control?
Try not to shift too much energy into politics is because I'm focused right now.
Right.
I'm focused right now. But it's something that people definitely need to pay attention to. And definitely locally, politics,
definitely.
And even in your city and your state.
Right.
But I try not to shift so much energy into it. Then a lot of times people they make themselves crazy. Right. So I try not to. But I pay attention enough to see what the benefits is, see what I need to adjust in my own business and my own life to be able to keep my benefits like I am. So bro, every day is an adjustment.
Right. Every day.
Every day you wake up, it's raining outside, let me get my rain boots.
Right.
That's an adjustment.
That's an adjustment. Right. You know? Right. You either cry about it raining or you
that's
gonna make some rain.
We're gonna make something happen, bro. I live a life, I'm just gonna make it happen.
Right.
We can talk about the problems all day. What's the solution?
What's the solution?
We can argue all day about the problem. Guess what? We're going to argue so much, we're going to forget what was the problem.
Because it's so many rabbit holes you're going to end up going down because this, and that.
Now, what's the solution? We can talk about it. We discuss that after the solution. It'll be funny then.
Right.
Talk about the solution.
And when you get into, like, moving homes into these communities and kind of making that shift, have you ran into any problems? And I don't so much mean politically as in senates and things like that, but just the politics of the community, the politics of the neighborhood, because we see that a lot. This group is trying to do this, and the people in the community don't like it or they don't want it. Have you ever ran into that, or is everything usually like,
I haven't, bro. I haven't. So I bring value to it. Every community I touch, I bring value to it. Before we started the podcast, I spoke about I did a community cleanup.
Yep, absolutely.
It amazes me, brother, because I cleaned up the same street my great grandma and my great granddad walked down to get home. That means something.
Let's get into that real quick.
That means something. Hold on, we don't get there. Okay. That means something to me. But every community I get to, I bring value into it. I don't have any backlash. Bro, listen, I did that cleanup. They blowing a horn. Boop, boop, boop. Good job.
Thank you. Right.
Good
Absolutely.
Job. We appreciate you. Old ladies leaving church. Good job. But brother, I'm talking about grown men out there tearing up their grandmas. They aunties driving past.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might have disappointed them 10 years ago, but to say I'm proud of you,
yeah.
Bro, that touch a man different. That touch a man different. I don't care what you did in your life. That touch a man different to say you're proud of him.
And you know, I love it. But let me ask you this, because this is one of the things I usually, I'm always asking myself. Because I was a part of a community cleanup with a brother I definitely want to partner with. Y'all get together.
Yeah, absolutely.
But one of the things is we were cleaning the neighborhood, right? And we would do the community cleanup every so often. How effective, though, is the cleanup if we're cleaning up the neighborhood, but we haven't taught the people in the community why it's important to not litter in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Because now we're cleaning up. It's almost like feeding people but not showing them how to catch their own meal. Like, we clean up the neighborhood, but if the people that live in the neighborhood still feel the need to roll down the window and throw out their trash, how effective are we being? So, like, is that a part of the cleanup? Are you, like, talking to the community? You know what I'm saying? Because, once again, I feel like we do a lot of things out of our heart, but then at the same time, sometimes we create a clutch or a crutch, I should say. You know what I mean?
It's perspective. So my perspective about it is we have to lead by example, right? So example of this situation is we're doing this community cleanup. The same guys who hang out in this neighborhood are cleaning up. They cleaning up.
Gotcha.
So guess what you can't go do?
Right.
You're not finna go and throw trash down. Hey man, we just cleaned that up.
Absolutely.
So lead by example. So it's all about how you look at it. So I didn't have to teach you that. You put your sweat in.
Right.
You know what we value? Something we work for.
Work for it. Time.
Come on, man. I was out here 3 hours in the heat raking.
Yeah, you ain't finna be throwing nothing
That's
else out here.
You ain't gonna do
that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I brought value to their life by leading. They follow, and now it's different. Perspective is different for them now because it's not just trash in the neighborhood. Right. It ain't just that. Nah, man, that's our neighborhood, and you're not gonna throw that trash on our neighborhood. It's different. I take pride in it. It's all about that.
Bro, I really appreciate you, bro. Coming in and
bro.
giving us that game.
Yeah,
I think we definitely gonna have to have a part 2. Cause we gotta get one. So like, I really wanna dig into that because mobile homes is something that we just never think about.
Absolutely.
It just,
when you're from the city, you don't.
You never think about them, and we just, like you said, we pass these vacant lots every day, and never think what to do or what can be done with the lot.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I bought a lot on the same street as one of my grandmothers, 4 blocks from the other, right? I'm finna gate it in. I'm finna put a steel building running maybe $6,000 to $7,000, right? Okay. That's gonna be my family's compound. Right. That's gonna be my family's compound. Right. So 4th of July, guess where we at? Right. We at the compound.
We're at the compound.
You know, I'm gonna put TVs up in there, electricity in there, put a restroom in there. That's what I'm about. You know why I do that? And I have that vision because I've seen it done. Right. I've seen it. Right. So you're trying to set the example now. We ain't gotta have a crab boil at grandma's house or the cookout at auntie house because auntie don't want all the people in her house anyway. I own the compound. Let's she
go
don't want to clean up after nobody.
Right.
And you gonna sit on her good furniture.
Right.
So let's at the compound. Right. Let's at the compound. Enough room for everybody. Big yard. Yeah, bro. Listen, I'm literally. I'm the shepherd of my family, bro. I like to take pride. There's a lot of leaders in my family. Right. My generation. How about that? My generation. I'm the shepherd of my generation. So I'm putting things in place to where when I get to be, I'm 30 years old, by the way, you know. So when I get to be 40, 45, my kids, my little cousins can reap the benefits. You want to have a sweet 16? Have it at the compound. You know? Let's just have it there. I've seen it, bro. I've seen it from my other friends of different races and ethnics.
They've done it.
Oh, man, come on. That's normal. That's normal. I DJ'd a friend of mine's wedding was on her granddaddy's 10-acre farm with a pond and a barn that was the man cave. Right. They had horses that they didn't even own. Somebody paid them to put their horses on there. And guess what they did? Get the tax breaks for having, agriculture. So
it's always benefiting ownership. Every time you turn around, the benefit is in ownership.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Absolutely. So we have to think long term. I use a couple of slogans in my life is never be complacent, think long game. Long game. Don't make a move for the day. The moves I make right now is I'm gonna plant the seed in 2021. I'm gonna eat fruit from that tree in 2030. Right. 2030, and it's gonna be popping. I'm gonna have to give fruit away. Right. I'm gonna have to give fruit away, and that's how I think about stuff. I'm eating fruit off trees right now. I planted 4 years ago. Right. That's it. And just seeing the benefit. They don't come tomorrow. You can't plant the damn tomorrow. You gotta be patient, and it's something that we work on as men. There seems to be a lot of men down for patience, but that's a day-to-day process. Yeah, absolutely. I'm working on it, and can't rush the process.
You gotta enjoy the process. Right. You have to learn to enjoy it and learn to love it.
It's fun, bro. Yeah, it's fun. this right here, this fun. This is my process.
Man, bro, I love it.
It's the process. Yeah. This is fun to me right now. Somebody right now is getting information that changed their whole mindset. And I guess what they do? They finna get in my DM right now. Hey man, you can tell me more about how they started moving. My grandma got a lot right now. That she ain't did nothing. Right.
Right.
I hear it.
Grandma just sitting.
I didn't make that story up.
Right.
I didn't make that story up. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like that's just what it is. Like, hey man, listen. Generational wealth has started with something. You know, even getting I just rehabbed my great granddaddy's house. I'm sorry, there might be too many greats. Yeah, my great granddaddy's house, bro. I just rehabbed his house. He bought this house, bro. I never met him.
Right.
This house was 1927. 1927. It's still in the family.
1927, so that means it's 93 years old.
His great-great-grand who he never met.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, that's long game.
That's long game.
That's generational long game.
That's the kids you don't even see still eating.
Listen, that's how much money I make in cash flow this house, bro. Transparent. I made $900 a month cash flow off this house.
And that's per cash flow, right?
That's what I put in my pocket.
Right.
That's what I put in my pocket, bro. Every month. It's popping right now. It's popping right now. It is right now.
Right. While we talking.
That's it. That's it. Right now, bro. I'm making money right now talking to you. You know? And that's thanks to my great-great-granddaddy.
Right.
I never met him. That's mind-blowing, bro. I never met him, but he carried my last name. It was meant for me to get that. So I like to think about when he purchased that, bro. He like to say, you know, it's going to be, it's in my bloodline. It's in my bloodline.
They'll always eat.
Oh man, he's probably cheering right now. I know he.
He gotta be.
Bro, come on.
Because it's doing exactly what he intended for it to do.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy.
Man.
That's crazy. And I expect to do the same thing.
For your great-great-grand.
Come on, man. As a matter if I met you or not, hey, pass this down. That's it.
Man, so what's some of your goals in 2021, man? Kind of.
Yeah.
Give us what you're looking towards.
I want to help a lot more people. 2021. As far as the house is gonna come, that's gonna come, bro. That's on autopilot.
Right.
My brain just worked like that at this point.
Right.
So now I'm shifting more towards I want to help more people. I want to get a couple of ebooks written.
Okay. I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I want to
good.
get a couple of ebooks written, and I just want to bring this light to more people and let them see, like, listen, your job, as we seen in 2020.
Right.
Your job has a time capsule on it.
Right.
You could be there today, and tomorrow,
Right.
you might not be there.
It ain't as safe as you've been taught.
Stability ain't what they told us it was.
Yeah.
Stability to go get a 4-year degree, get this good job.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And guaranteed.
No, come on, man. Guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. You gonna bet on yourself or what?
All right. Man, so you know this is the owner's manual podcast. Just kind of tell us something if you were to leave your son, leave your grandson, leave your descendants down, something in a manual comes to ownership. What would you leave?
Like a quote or like
quote?
Oh man, you know it's honest, bro. I never thought about that. One thing I definitely would say, never be content, never be complacent. Never take no for an answer. Never take no, because if I call customer service and they say no, okay, cool, click, I'm calling right back. Somebody else gonna answer. Somebody, okay, nope, call it right back. You know, and just be patient. And bro, we can go for hours. We can touch on that. We can touch on how to handle situations as a man, how to handle situations, you know.
So much,
oh man, we can touch on that. But believe me, they're gonna have an owner's manual.
Absolutely.
They're gonna have an owner's manual that I'll read it off at my funeral.
Right.
Read it off. Read it off.
Right.
Don't say when you read it, you better be there because I know you is. That way you can't say I ain't tell you.
I ain't tell you nothing.
Come on, read it off, word from word. Word from word.
Man, I appreciate you, PACKJAMZ, for coming in. Yes, listen, man, we really hope y'all got something out of this episode, man. We definitely gonna have a part 2. Again, I appreciate PACKJAMZ for joining us for my very first episode of the
It's number 1?
It's number 1, brother.
Oh man, go on,
number 1, brother. So hey, what did that tell you? Something special here.
Oh man, listen, I would have never knew it was number 1. He got a good
camera.
He got a good equipment. I thought you've been doing this for years.
No, brother, this is the first one, man.
Oh, that's a blessing.
So, well, thank you, brother, again, and thank y'all for tuning in. And we'll see y'all next week. Salute.
Hey, man. Peace.